Hey, this video is for the sophomores for quiz 6 of Unit 1 or 1.2.7. It's still about technical writing. So in this quiz, you're going to be asked some questions that have to do with what I'm about to discuss. So anyway, in technical writing, simplicity and clarity are most important. Again, it's okay to be yourself, but you always need to be clear. Using section headings and visual aids and logical organization, and sometimes, depending on what it is, numbered or bulleted lists helps with that. Simple and compound sentences are best. Again, a simple sentence is a subject doing something. The dog barked. That's a simple sentence. A compound sentence, this is different than a complex sentence. A compound sentence is two simple sentences together joined by a conjunction. So the dog barked and went inside the house. So that's a compound sentence. And that's still simple enough to be fairly easy to understand. Again, you want to use long sentences, complex sentences as infrequently as possible. Sometimes you have to, but you want to keep it at a minimum. Again, also you use concrete language when you're doing technical writing. Again, something that's concrete is something that you can perceive with your 5 sentences. And also visual aids. Those are good to use. They can help a piece of writing be more understandable and more user-friendly. But you need to be careful when you're using them. Visual aids, when they're used in technical writing, and when they're used in any writing in particular, but we're talking about technical writing right now. So visual aids should always serve a purpose. So there are 3 things. They need to serve a purpose, they need to help the text, and they need to be displayed effectively. And the more simple a visual aid is while still aiding the text, the easier it is to understand. Sometimes captions come with a visual aid, and a caption is a short explanation under the visual aid about what exactly it is. And like with writing, you want to cite your sources. If you are using a visual aid from somewhere, you want to cite where you found it, because if you don't, that's the same thing as plagiarism. And we've talked about plagiarism in class before. Plagiarism is where you steal, somebody else's intellectual property, where you use somebody else's work without giving them permission, without saying where you got it from, or just pretending that it's yours. That's plagiarism. So you want to cite your sources with pictures as well as writing. And again, images need to be displayed effectively. They shouldn't crowd the text. They shouldn't be bunched up together. Some white space around important information is necessary. You don't want too much white space on a page, but you want enough so that it doesn't overwhelm the reader, and so that you can show, you can kind of separate some important idea. So they need to be distributed evenly around the page, not lumped together, and they need and images need to work together with the text to provide information. Also, like I said already, visual aids should always serve a purpose. The use of white space helps readers feel comfortable, and it reduces clutter on a page and suggests important information. Sometimes when you're reading an article, you see like the article's going along, and then there's a space, and then there's this piece of information. Maybe it's bolded, maybe it's a little bit larger. but it's particularly important, and the white space helps us to understand that. And also, again, captions under images help readers to understand what the picture is about, and always make sure that you cite your sources, whether it's written or whether it's an image. So using images or written information without citing your sources is the same as plagiarism, which is where you use somebody else's work and don't give them credit for it, or you just pretend it's yours. So, and that will help you with quiz 1.2.7.